It comes down to two things. All business doesn't matter whether it's Amazon or any other business. It's marketing and innovation. Those are the two most important things in any business. And innovation doesn't mean coming up with the something brand new. It doesn't mean you got to come up with a new iPhone that never existed before. Innovation can be improving a way something is done, or improving an existing product, or a different approach to it. And then the marketing is people eat with their eyes first, and perceived value is everything. What someone thinks it's worth is what it's worth, not what you think it's worth. And so you got to convince other people that this is worth. It's going to solve their problem, or it's going to give them the status that they want, or appeal to one of those 8 emotional needs that all humans have, that is going to resonate with them. And so that's part of perceived value. And so on Amazon especially, you can't touch the product, you can't feel it, you can't really see it sitting in a nice box on the shelf. So the perceived value on Amazon typically is the imagery and video. The text is there for the people that read it, but text is there mostly for the search engine to know how to index you and how to show you. I still, some people will disagree with me on this, and the copywriters that are listening to this will say, Kevin's full of it. People always read everything I write, and I can lift the conversion rate, but I still don't believe people read listings on Amazon. I think they skim them, and they might read it if they're really trying to make a decision, or if it's technical or something. I think a small percentage of people probably do read every word, but I would venture to say 70 to 80% of the buyers on Amazon never read the copy. I personally hardly ever read it, and I don't know anybody really that actually truly reads it. They skim it, and they look at the pictures. And so the pictures are the perceived value. And so how you convey your product in that imagery is crucial. And a lot of people just don't get that. They just flat out don't understand how important that is. And, we've talked about in the past my bully stick thing, and that's where I sold 3 bully sticks for $50 instead of everybody else selling 30 for $30. And it's all perceived value in marketing. And that the marketing goes beyond just what's on Amazon. It's when they get the package too. When that package shows up in that Amazon box with a smile on it, when they open it up, does it look like it's in some cheap cardboard box from China that, it's that thin cardboard that smells and whatever? Or is it a nice, iPhone type of case or something? That's all perceived value too. And a lot of people, just the way, even Apple puts the iPhone in there with a little plastic on it, you got to lift off. That's perceived value. With the little lift tab for your fingers, so you don't got to, sometimes you get something, you got to peel the plastic off. You got to, man, I don't have any nails. You got to get your wife or something to pull the little plastic off the edge. No, they don't do that. They have the little easy lift off thing. That's all marketing perceived value stuff. And people just overlook that, or they're not willing to spend the money, the extra 5 cents or whatever to do that. And it baffles me sometimes how people just try to cut too many corners, and they don't understand the perceived value. I mean, people, it's crazy.
If I take a look at perceived value, it's probably the least expensive thing that you have to do to increase your profit, by putting that little lifter in, by putting a transparent seal, a half a penny, just to make it look secure. It's psychological. Like if you're buying supplements, the way that it comes packaged. Is it sealed? Is it double sealed? All takes pennies. And then, of course, the packaging. The packaging, and I've seen this in case studies that we've done, where it's almost the exact same. Sometimes, in one case, cheaper to go to a different type of packaging and yet get a lot more, like $9.99 to $24.99.
Oh, yeah.
And it was nothing. It was the same amount of money. So, yeah, and also this comes back to people who are doing your design work. So I don't want to spend $500 on a logo. I want to spend $5 on a logo. Well, then you'll get what you pay for. Product design. I see a couple people here where Jeffrey Anderson. I was talking to him the other day. This guy puts thought into what he's doing. When I first met you, you were talking about, it wasn't the bully sticks. It was a product that you designed for an iPhone. Mm-hmm. And you put thought into it. And it was incredible, because I looked at it and I went, wow, this guy really came up with a unique idea for your iPhone. You had the charger, you had, a bunch of different things in it. So I could see how if somebody came to the listing, and he also had phenomenal for everything that you did phenomenal photos, and you spent a lot of money on your photos, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So we're not talking about $25 of a session. I
No, it wasn't.
think they were what, 1,200 or more for your
Spent
shots.
I spent about $5,000 per product on
Wow.
product imagery. And we would I would group them together, so we would shoot 3 or 4 different products in over a course of a couple days. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was around $5,000 per product, and lifestyle photos, the actual stuff on the white background, all that. Yeah, I would spend the money, but it's not always though. I just want to make a point here about slick marketing. I mean, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. So you got to have the fundamental product behind it as well.
Hmm.
Uh, and I mean, a good case in point is like my $1 billion seller summit. That's you've been to the live event. People love the live event that we do, and because we do it differently. It's not your normal.
Lunch with the Moon.